Take out your books and your homework.
I'll put on my book at home, guys. They get ready to no. Jason, see, I did one. We're about to be on YouTube. We're running with it.
Tuck your shirt in. Let's go, ladies. Let's go, it's late. Let's go. Let's go upstairs. Don't throw it at me because you have my class. Ricardo, you're late. Go, come to class now. Where's Byron?
Byron, what?
Come on.
Do we have to sit with our tables?
No. Yes. Okay, class is starting in 10. If you're working on your books and you're reading. 9, 8, 7. Books out and sit in 5. Jason, head up. 4, 3. Not yet. 2. Let's see, Jamie's reading. 1, let's see, Dominic is reading. And 0. Johan, please sit over here. Next to Francisco. Let's see, Ariana's reading. Let's see, Zion's reading. Miss Renee. Go get one now. Is that yours? Talk to me.
I didn't feel like looking through the book for everything because I didn't remember what everything was, so I went on Schmoop and I looked up quotes from there, but it didn't say page. So I don't have the page number, but I have the quotes.
So it says text, according to the text.
Okay.
Next Friday. 9 days left. 9 days left. Read Ali. You have time for that later. Read. Ricardo, come here. Where's your book? Where's your book? So why aren't you reading it? Why aren't you reading it? Okay. Yes, can you sit next to Johan? I need to balance the groups. Yep.
clean the table because it's sticky.
I don't think so.
But you had some last week.
That's some spray.
Do you have paper?
No, not yet. You gonna get napkins?
One from the bathroom? Could you get some from the girls' bathroom?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
No, toilet paper.
Oh no. Napkins.
Where are they?
Cafeteria.
Why don't I just go get some toilet paper from the girls'
Sure. Hurry.
bathroom?
Hurry. Take a pass. Did you get the homework? My sister? So you can work on it when you're out here. So at least you have something to talk about. As much as you can. Okay, that's the time. Go ahead and take your homework. Put your books down. Take out all the flies too. Then put your backpacks on your chair and track in 10. Oops. Yes. Andrew, today, homework, Lord of the Flies. You don't have your homework. So how are you going to participate? Ten, 9, 8, 7. See if your name's ready. 6. See Jason's ready. 5, 4. See Andrew's ready. 3, 2, 1. See Jamie's ready. See Johan's ready. And 0. Okay, track me. So I'm going to give you instructions. Okay, hurry up. So today we're doing a Socratic seminar. Listen to instructions because we are doing different things in both groups. So the outside circle, which is you guys over here, or outside square, I guess, or rectangle. You're doing G3000, the story of Mammoth Cole, or Global Conflicts, the Elephant Rescue. So you could do both if you finish one early, or you can just do one if it takes you a little longer. It's going to be 15 minutes, so make sure that you are on task. If you did not finish the counterclaims, then you need to finish that first, because that's for your grade. I'm going to pass down a stapler in case you need to staple your work. Then Eileen, do you have any other work? Okay. Pass it to Eileen.
Where's my other paper?
All right, so then that's what they're doing. They're not going to focus on us. The Socratic Seminar group is you guys, so you guys are going to go first. Let's read to the Socratic Seminar style guidelines so that we can remember what to do. Dominic.
Socratic seminar style. Raise your hand. Oh, raise hands. Leader speaks. Everyone participates. Be patient. Put hands down while students share. Track speaker. 3 people must share before changing the question. Have evidence ready every minute. Have evidence ready. Every minute counts. Be
The Devils.
Be a devil's advocate. Keep conversations flowing.
Thank you. So one thing I want to make sure everyone knows is that you need to participate. That counts for your score. So overall, this Socratic seminar is 12 points. If you don't participate, you're going to miss out on 4 points. So make sure that you participate. Be patient. Don't get excited when people are talking. You want to say stuff right away, but just wait till they're done talking and then raise your hand so that you don't interrupt anybody. 3 people must share before changing the question. And then be a devil's advocate. Let's make it interesting. So that's why I had you prepare counterclaims and claims so that you can have a good conversation going. Did I forget anything? I'll choose leader in a second. Yes. Okay, so let's make sure I'm going to be participating too. Call on me as well. Don't ignore me. And we're going to have a Socratic seminar. Inside circle, you guys can get ready. So if you're working on the packet, that's fine. Johan, Eileen, you weren't here. At least have some answers done so you can participate. For the first one. First sheet. Let's see if Flavio got online. And then the leader is going to be Jason. I should not stay here. I'll sit next to Angel. Don't make me laugh. You can move. What happened? Oh. Are you ready? You have everything done? What is it? What happened? Yes. All right. And in 5, the outside group needs to be super quiet and getting to work. Yes, sir?
Is there really a counterfeit for 5?
For who?
5?
Yes.
Yes, there is counterclaim. You can see the yes or no.
There is, as Johan. You're the one who told me about it. How?
Okay.
There is. Okay. In 5, the outside circle is quiet. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Inside circle, please speak loudly, because obviously we're on camera. So, we want you to be heard. Jason is going to choose who goes first, or he can choose himself.
Number 7. Should Ralph really be crying as he heads home? Ralph shouldn't be crying because he is almost the only one who stayed true to getting rescued. On page 7, the text states, "You said you keep the fire going, and you let it out. Here the boys went to hunt and stop the chance of being rescued. This shows Ralph shouldn't cry because his plan worked all along." Mr. McGill.
I disagree with you, Starling. I think Ralph should be weeping or crying. At the end of the novel, he said, Ralph, or the author states, "Ralph wept for the end of innocence, darkness of man's heart, and the fall through the air of the true wise friend called Piggy." So he lost a friend through this ordeal. So he should be crying because a friend, Piggy was actually his only friend in this island. No one else? You hear me?
He shouldn't be crying because he would have been crying all the other time when everybody else died, but he didn't cry. He didn't cry when any of the things happened. So he shouldn't be crying now. On page 201, when the officer asked Ralph how many people died, Ralph said only 2. Here, Ralph is telling himself how many they killed, and Ralph didn't cry for even one of them. So he shouldn't really cry now if he didn't cry before.
Okay. New question or further argument? Councilman, you hear me?
Oh, thanks. Number 10. Who managed the group better, Jack or Ralph? I believe Jack because he had all the power due to the fact that he had all the resources. On page 168 it says, "From his left hand dangled Piggy's broken glasses." Here Jack had Piggy's glasses, which meant he had the power of fire. This shows Jack had all the resources. Yeah.
I disagree with you. Ralph made the group better because he had sense. On page 51, Ralph says we need shelters. Here, Ralph prioritizes surviving rather than fun. This proves that Ralph is better because he has a sense of leadership, unlike Jack. Starting.
I agree with Jamie. Ralph managed the group better. On page 108, Ralph states, "There's no food here and no shelter." Here, Ralph is concerned about the health and safety of his group. This shows Ralph managed the group better because he was better organized and taken care of. Iris.
I disagree with Starlin and Jamie because Jack managed the group better. On page 113, the text says, "Right bang on his snout here, Jack is finding the need." This shows that he is providing food so they're not getting hungry.
I disagree with Irie. I think that Ralph handled the group better because on page 201, the officer says, "We saw your smoke. What have you been doing?" So here, the officer says that the reason he found the island was because he saw Ralph smoke. So this shows that Ralph managed the group better because his ideas were the one that saved them.
So you said Ralph is better? Mine's better. 42, the text says, well, Sam and Eric are the ones saying, that must be fun, like Bill says. And he's invited us to a feast, meat, crackling. I could do with some meat. So as we know, Ralph did not like rules, and, not Ralph, I'm sorry. Jack did not like rules. And because he didn't like rules, he was able to do whatever he wanted, which is find a pig whenever he wanted, even if he didn't tend the fire. And because he found a pig, he was able to give the boys a feast. So without rules, the boys had more fun on the island.
So we should have rules here, so Jack will follow.
Raise your hand. Jamie.
I disagree with you, Mr. Richard. You said that rules are necessary, right?
Mm-hmm.
I say that rules are necessary because on page 153, the author says, at once the crowd surged after it poured down the rock, leapt onto the beast, screamed, struck, bit, and tore. Here, the tribe is attempting to kill Simon, and eventually they do. This proves that without rules, it's going to be chaotic and anarchy, that they will eventually turn on each other. Rules are important.
Okay. New question? Okay, question.
He said rules are important, so like I could be dressed tomorrow and not get in trouble.
I'm just giving a devil's advocate to keep it interesting.
There will be a devil's advocate.
Andrew.
I disagree with Jamie and Mr. J. Humans
What?
actually
Time out.
They said
We disagreed. So I said rules are not important. She said rules are important.
I agree with Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Humans need rules and enforcement because without rules, there wouldn't be any organization. It wouldn't be organized. Page 51, the text states, don't we love me? I bet if I knew the cons for this minute, they'd come running up to me. Here, the con shows that the humans need rules and enforcement to stay organized. Therefore, this shows that humans need rules.
Okay. Calling someone who hasn't spoken?
I'll take the question.
Yes.
Number 6. What probably happened to Jack right there? Jack probably died in a fire. On page 12, 166, home. Many of you are there. Ralph shook his head. Here, Ralph did say that there were survivors on the island, which shows that he probably died because Ralph did say there were survivors.
I disagree with you. Jack would have been saved on page 2. On page 201, the author says, a little boy who wore the remains of an extraordinary black cap on his red hair. Here the author describes how Jack looks like, and he was seen as he was going to step up as a leader, and we can infer that it's Jack because he's the only one with red hair on the island. This proves that he got saved because he didn't die in fire. I go with
Jack was probably still inside the fire. On page 201, the text says, I am, said Ralph loudly. Here the officer asks who is boss, and Ralph says he is. This shows that Ralph let Jack not be found and stay inside the fire.
New question or comment?
Number 5. Would Ralph ever have made it out alive without the Navy officer? Ralph would not have made it out alive. On page 200, the text states, a naval officer stood on the sand, looking down at Ralph. Here the officer has come to help Ralph. That shows Ralph wouldn't have made it out because if he wasn't spotted, he would have burned up.
I disagree because Ralph wouldn't have died because like the kids that showed up were little. On page 201, the book says other boys were appearing now. Tiny taught some of them. Here is saying that the little kids have showed up and they can really be a threat to Ralph. Jamie?
I agree with Jeremy because on page 199 the author says, all at once the lights flickering ahead of them merged together. Here the fire can kill off some of the savages and Ralph can fight the others. This proves that Ralph would have made it because he can outsmart them, and as Jeremy said, the others are smart. Ariana.
I disagree with Jamie and Jeremy because I think that he wouldn't have made it out without the Navy officer because in the text it states, he stumbled over a root and heard the cry that pursued him. Here, Ralph was being chased by the boys and was almost caught. This shows that Ralph would not have made it out because eventually the boys would have caught him because it's not a big island and there's way more of them. Miss Madrid.
I disagree with you, Ariana. I think Ralph would have made it out on his own because he was extremely agile. On page 199, the text states that Ralph swerved as a spear flew past and then was silent running. It is not the first time he dodges the spears. So even though there were a lot of them, I think he would have been smart enough to, one, continue dodging spears and the weapons, but also found a way to defeat Jack because Jack wasn't also very smart. Dominic?
I think that Ralph would have not made it out alive if the officer didn't come, because on page 197 it says the fire was a big one and the drum roll that he had through was left so far behind was nearer. So here the whole forest is on fire. So even if he did get away from the boys and find out some way to escape them, they would all have died because all of their resources would be burned.
Okay, 4 more minutes. We still need Jason to speak. Calling someone? Oh.
Could I change the question?
Yes. Which is what?
Is it better to work in a team or individually?
Louder.
It's better to work individually. On page 50, the text says no one else. Here, Ralph was working on the shelters along with Simon. This shows it's better to work alone individually because no one's going to help anyways.
Oh. Okay.
Madrid.
I disagree with you, Jason. What page was that?
Wow.
Page 50.
What? 50? Okay, 50. The text states that they were hopeless. The older ones aren't much better. You see, all day I've been working with Simon, no one else. So yes, even though he wasn't getting help, he was actually sad about it. So this shows that it's better to work with people because your mood will be better and you won't feel regretful or what's the other word? Like upset because nobody's helping you. Angel?
It is better to work in a team because you can get things done easier. On page 135 it says, the soul collapsed right under them. Here Jack's squad, I wrote squad, I'm sorry. Jack's tribe hunted their pig all together. Teamwork. This shows working as a team can help you succeed in certain things.
Did you speak?
Well, you said that you should work in
Yeah.
Yeah. I disagree with you.
Okay.
You should work individually in certain situations because on page 15, the text states, careful, you'll break it. Shut up. Here, the boys are going through they're not a disagreement, they're going through a disagreement, and it causes conflict and for them not to get the work done. This shows in some certain situations you should work individually because you'll get more things done without a lot of back and forth.
You say you teamwork?
No, individually.
Okay, I disagree because on page 127 it says, I'm not going to be part of Ralph's law. Here Jack decided to leave Ralph's tribe. This shows better to work as a team because then they wouldn't go against each other.
I agree with Stein that it is better to work as an individual because you get more work done. On page 50, the text says two shelters were in position. Here, Ralph was working by himself. This shows that it is better to work by yourself because you get more done when no one is in work.
I agree with them. I think that it's good to work by yourself.
Wow.
As an individual. On page 89, it says, sit down, shut up, take the conch, saw you, shut up.
Okay.
Here, the boys are arguing over the meeting, and if they just work by themselves, they wouldn't have to organize the group and tell everyone what to do because they just could get what they want. what they want done with them.
Last minute.
Clutching.
Hear me.
It's just better to work in a group because it's just better to work in a group because you can get a lot more benefit quickly. It would be 50 Ralph says they were looking for days now and look. Here Ralph is telling them how much he's been working for a long time and he did very little. This proves that it's better to work in a group because he would get a lot more done if everybody
All right, excellent. Okay, so that was 100% participation. That was great. Outside people start logging off. Okay, ready to move. I'm gonna tell you where you're going in a second. Sure. I didn't say leave yet, so get ready to move. No next. No, so far.
It's better. I'm actually.
Okay, listen to where you're going to sit. Stop talking in 2. Stop talking in 1. Stop talking in 0. Thank you. Jamie, switch with Andrew. Flavio. Zion, switch with Andre. Eileen, switch with Angel. Deja, switch with Andrew. S.
Can I go get the
No, I'm putting it. Irie, switch with Avery. Anissa, switch with Vianney. Ariana and Starlin, switch with Francisco and Flavio. And switch with Johan. Do this in 10 seconds. 10 without making problems happen. 9. Where Ricardo? Where Ricardo? Dominic. Next to Angel.
I'm assuming that I don't know where to fit.
That's fine. Find your seat in 5. That's fine. 4.
I found this desk.
No, Angel's went over. Dominic's in the corner. 3, you're right here. Next to Jamie. 2. 1. 0. Thank you. So outside circle, the information is on the board. Achieve 3000. 1, the story of Mammoth Cole or Global Conflicts, the Elephant Rescue. If you are done, take your shirt in, sir. If you are done, okay. I'm talking right now. Andrew's taking too long. If you are not done with your counterclaims, then you need to finish that first, because I'm collecting at the end. All right, the last group, you guys did an excellent job being quiet, thank you. And then the last correct seminar group, everyone participated, and it was a good discussion. Let's do the same. The leader is gonna be Deja. In the last group, everyone was choosing, but I want Deja to choose who's next this time. So Deja, you can choose someone, or you can start.
I want to do question number 4. It is better to work as a team because more things can be achieved. On page 160 and 186, I mean, this rocky wall, there will be a dark circle, a glowing fire, and meat. Here, Rolf also observing Jack's strife. This shows how working as a team is better because Jack's team achieved more things as a group.
Did you call someone?
Eileen, I put it's better to work as a team on page 20. The text states, Ralph wept for the end of innocence, the darkness of Renon's heart, and then fall through the air of the true wise friend called Piggy. In this section, Ralph is talking to a boat officer after he's seen the smoke. This shows a team is better because if they stayed together, all of them could have been rescued.
Asia?
I disagree. I think it is better to work individually because nothing would have gotten out of hand. On page 199, the text says he swerved as the spear flew past. Harold Ralph is trying not to get killed. This shows that if they work individually, they would be better because they wouldn't get together to gang up on Ralph.
Ollie?
Can we change it to Christian series? Jack got probably survived. On page 186, the text states, somewhere on the other side of his rocky wall, there would be a dark circle with a glowing fire and meat. They would be savoring food in the comfort of safety. When they seen Ralph saw Jack's tribe celebrate. Thus, this conveys that Jack survived because they had all the supplies they needed.
Eileen?
I put Jack probably died at the end. On page 197, the text states the fire was a big one and the drum roll that had thought was left so far behind was nearer. Here, Jack decided to start a fire. This shows that Jack probably died because the fire caught up to the boys and burned them after Ralph got rescued.
Not yet. One more person.
I disagree, I believe. Jack probably died. On page 200, the text states, spot, oh no, wait, let me use on page 200, wait, okay. Oh yeah, on page 198, the text states the fire must be almost at the fruit trees. What would they eat tomorrow? Even if Jack had killed Ralph, he would still die of starvation.
I'm gonna change it to question 5. Yes, Ralph would be able to make it out alive. Page 196 states, a third idea would be to hide so well that the advancing line would pass without discovering. Here Ralph is creating plans so he wouldn't be caught. This evidence conveys that he knows how to survive.
I disagree with you, Avery. I think there's no way he would have made it out without the naval officer, because on page 199, when he was running towards the beach, the text states, the ululation rose behind him and spread along a series of sharp cries, a sighting call. So at this point, all the boys had seen him, Jack's tribe had seen him, and they were all after him, and there was all the boys, pretty much. So there's no way like 1 against 20 would have survived in this island.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I agree with Mujera. Ralph wouldn't make it out alive. On page 200, the text says, rolling over and over in the warm sand, crouching with arms to ward off, trying to cry for mercy. Here Ralph is terrified by the fire and just sat there crying. This shows Ralph wouldn't made it out alive because he was scared to do anything else. And
You said he wouldn't, right?
yeah, he wouldn't.
Yes, I disagree. Yes, he would have because Jack got, no,
Ralph?
he wouldn't have because Jack got stuck in the fire on page 201.
We're talking about Ralph.
Oh, I pissed up. Never mind.
Okay. Someone else?
Francis was right.
I respectfully disagree because Ralph would have made it out alive because the savages who were chasing him just started getting tired, so they stopped chasing him. Because on page 200, below him, someone's legs were getting tired and desperate ululation advanced. So here, while Ralph continued to run, the savages were getting tired, so he stopped. So therefore, Ralph would have had enough time to find a new hiding spot and survive for long.
Zion.
I disagree with Francisco. Ralph would have not made it out alive if it wasn't for the officer. On page 200, the text states, then he was down, rolling over and over in the warm sand, crouching with arm to ward off, trying to cry for mercy. Here, this scene shows that Ralph is struggling to survive. Therefore, Ralph would not have made it out alive because he was suffering.
Andrew?
I agree with Ryan because they would not, Ralph would not have survived because on page 198 it says the fire must be almost at the fruit trees. This shows even if Ralph had survived or escaped Jack and his tribe, he still would have died of starvation, and all of them would have died.
Ali?
I have to change it to 7. Yes, Ralph should be kind as he goes home. On page 201, the boat officer says, "The tires from the leak, and you don't know how many of you there are." In this scene, a boat officer has seen Ralph and smoke. This shows that Ralph should be crying as he goes home because his hard work has finally paid off.
Mr. Madrid?
I disagree with you, Ali. I don't think he should be crying at all. So when he was going under a helicopter, the text says, oh, I'm sorry, the ship. What am I thinking about? Thanks for correcting me. The text states, page 202, for a moment he had a fleeting picture of the strange glamour that had once invested the beaches. But the island was scorched up like dead wood. So clearly the fire had ruined the island at this point, so there's no more reason to stay on the island, and he should be grateful that he got rescued. And really the only friend who died was Piggy, but everyone else he wasn't really close to. So he should be happy that he's going back home to his family.
Well, I disagree with you said he shouldn't.
Yeah, he shouldn't be crying.
He should be crying because on page 202 the text states, the darkness of man's heart in the fall through the air.
To not be rescued, they did not even join the Ross team. On page 176, Ross says, Sam, Eric, Piggy, and me, we aren't enough. Sam and Eric joined Jack and Piggy dies, so yeah, they shouldn't be saving us. Ross was left alone.
Okay.
They still be
You guys are harsh people.
I know.
New question or new comment? You still have a minute.
Another question.
Flavio. I mean, Francisco has a question.
Okay. You did. Deja's the leader. She needs to call on someone.
Love you.
Let Deja.
Just take a random question.
No.
Question 5. Ralph would have made it out of off the island alive because he's smart. He is smart. On page 201, the officer said, "We saw your smoke. What have you been having a war or something?" Here, Ralph was smart to make a fire. This shows that Ralph would have made it off the island because of his plan to make a fire. But
Johan?
That was Jack's smoke.
Yeah.
Huh?
Jack was trying to burn the island, so let's consider Jack's fire.
You're disrespectful. You could have just let him do that.
Okay, moving on. Next question or comment? And that's it. All right, so make sure Johan and Eileen have one more day. Everyone else is turning in 2 days, so make sure your name is on it. The stapler should be going around. Did you staple already? Can you go get the copies? All right.
You're not a master.
And go ahead and pack up. Just leave your packet out. Pack up in 10. 9. I will in a second. In a second. 8. Start logging off in this side. 7. Careful. 6. Does it work? You need it? Five. Not yet. 4. 3. 2. We're not. You can watch at your house. 1. It's on YouTube. And 0. Okay, track me, please. All right, so for homework, you're getting a reflection on the Socratic seminar. It's coming up. But also, I wanted to talk as a class. It was a really good seminar. So what were some good things that happened during the Socratic seminar today that made it work well for us? Andrew?
That people were participating and there was not that much joking around.
Right, 100% participation. That was great. Deja?
That we have counterclaims ready to speak out.
Yes, did that help? Why or not? Raise your hand. Anissa?
It did help because most of the time when you tell us to be the devil's advocate, we usually don't have like another paper with the same questions with the counterclaim. So having it prepared before helped a lot because then you didn't have to go searching through the book.
Good, glad it helped. What are some things you can work on for next time? Jamie?
We could not take so long to reply.
So there was, at the end, there was like it got quiet in this group. So let's make sure that we can continue the conversation going. What else, Renee? Stop, hold on. Renee's talking. Track Renee, please. Head up, Eileen. Go ahead.
You probably have more questions to choose from.
You want more questions? Okay. I'll take it in mind for next time. So tomorrow and then on Monday next week, we're going to be writing an essay. And it's going to be mostly about why the author wrote this book. Based on what you know already and think about Trump's campaign too. Why did the author write this book? What might be a reason the author wrote this book? Raise your hand. Track Irie.
To show how like two people will go like far enough to compete for something that they both really want.
So see how low people will go. Jamie? What do you mean? Tell me more.
To like drag how he uses the fears of the little ones to go up to power. So how people manipulate them.
Exactly. And how does this relate to Trump? I said it this morning, but I want someone to say it again. You hear me? Okay, so lesson went really well, actually. So the kids were all engaged. We got 100% participation. The kids were using evidence, looking through the book, analyzing, disagreeing with each other, and the analysis was at a pretty high level. So I'm pretty happy with that. If there's anything I would like to change is, for one, I think I set the expectation to speak once. And the second group especially, they got a little quiet towards the end. So if the expectation would have been to speak twice, or even more than that, I think they would have risen to the occasion. Also, they had a reflection to do and they had to grade themselves. All the reflections though are talking about how they had good behavior. So I would like them to be more metacognitive about how their analysis is strong, not just how their behavior is strong. Because that's what leads to more metacognitive awareness of how to argue and debate and use evidence and explain it. So the next thing they're doing is they're going to write an essay based on Lord of the Flies. So the kids have 5 options, and all the options are pretty close to the stuff that they debated about in the Socratic seminar. So they all should come in with an idea of where they're headed with the essays. So even for when they reflected, they had to answer they had to answer a question: what do you think the author of this novel was trying to warn readers about? So this is going to lead to the essay, because one of the options is what is the big warning the author gives you based on this novel. So the kids already are going to be prepared with evidence, analysis, with points and explanations. So the essay should go a lot faster because they've done a Socratic seminar and because they've had a chance to discuss and hear different perspectives and different arguments of these topics. So I don't know if you want to get closer, but this is a rubric. So the kids got to analyze, like I said, their performance in the Socratic seminar. And there are 3 categories: participation, clarity, and professionalism. So I guess looking back at this and see there's no analysis kind of category, so that needs to be added ASAP so the kids can know what a good analysis looks like and be aware and self-analyze themselves, or self-regulate themselves in terms of analysis. And that kind of makes sense too, because I asked them what went well, most of the kids said that they participated well and that they were professional and behaved well. So I want them to, again, like I said earlier, to be metacognitive about what arguments look like. So I need to give them a more clear rubric on what a good analysis sounds like at a high level, on a medium level, and at a low level. So that will be my next step. I think I need to clarify that it's not just about participation, it's also about how they argue and how their evidence sounds and how their explanation sounds as well.